Hi everyone! Played by the solo piano beginning in bar 299 of Rhapsody in Blue, Gershwin uses successive classic omnibus progressions. The first of these, preceded by its own secondary dominant, prolongs B dominant 7th harmony, the dominant 7th of E major. This progression is then used an octave higher here after the second classic omnibus progression, which transposes the first progression up a tritone. This second progression prolongs F dominant 7th harmony, the Neapolitan of E major, which is also preceded by its own secondary dominant 7th chord. A cursory look at Gershwin's progressions reveals a basic resemblance with textbook classic omnibus progressions. There are, however, several differences. The repeated inner parts of the textbook progression, for example, are in Gershwin's texture not included. Gershwin varies the number of parts of the progression, adding or omitting them as required. The second and fourth chords, which in the textbook version are typically the same, appear to be changed, with Gershwin using apparent dominant ninth chords on these beats. The second inversion tri, typically used for the progression's third chord, is also not included, with Gershwin instead using root position dominant 7th harmony. And the stepwise ascent in the upper part of the typical classic omnibus is in Gershwin's version altered with the inclusion of this leap. The voice leading between the progression's fourth and fifth chords, however, still move as expected, but some of the notes have been displaced. Despite these differences, Gershwin's omnibus progressions actually follow closely the textbook versions. Looking at the second chord of the first progression, for example, as notated, we may hear it as D dominant 7th harmony with flattened 5th degree, an analysis which, apart from the flattened 5th, agrees with the textbook chord. As with the textbook omnibus progressions, however, these chords may also be heard as augmented 6 chords. This chord doesn't resemble any of the three most common augmented 6 chord types, however it is one of several variants which include, along with the augmented 6th interval between the outer parts, an augmented 4th, here notated as a diminished 5th. This variant augmented 6th chord also resolves to C sharp dominant 7th harmony, as it would if it was located on the flattened 6th or 6th degree of the keys of F sharp major or minor. This apparent C dominant 9th harmony may also be heard as an inverted augmented 6th chord, now sounding after its chordal resolution. This chord is an inversion of the earlier augmented 6th chord, but is a different variant, which includes, along with the augmented 6th interval, an augmented 5th, here notated with B flat instead of A sharp. This variant also typically includes a note a major 3rd above the chord's lowest note, although Gershwin here uses a note a major 2nd higher. This progression's second and fourth chords then, despite notational differences and differences in notes, are, as in a classic omnibus progression, the same harmony. I hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching. See you next time.